Yes, fight fans, body and mind, sports, my people. You are fully appreciated in this round, my guys, my people. So, Ben Whittaker obliterates Benjamin Gavazi in just one round, as expected by everybody, my guys, my people. So Whittaker now 10 wins, no losses, one draw, and 7 via KO. Gavazi with a record 19 wins now, 2 losses, 0 draws, and 13 coming via KO. And the one thing I want to highlight is that when you get a very obscure fighter like Gavazi, who nobody knows but has a great record, and albeit that your spidey senses will be telling you that going into a fight like this, it will be one-way traffic for Whittaker, right? At the same time, you're looking at the record and you're thinking, hold on, we could have a fight here, isn't it? Right? But that is just a perfect example of when numbers do lie. And that is why fight tapes are very important to gauge the quality of a fighter, because numbers don't always display quality, my guys, my people. Now, with that said, Whittaker has obviously improved beyond his performance, his first performance with Liam Cameron, now that he's with Andy Lee, my guys, my people. And we saw that in his second round stoppage of Cameron in their rematch, right? What I like about Whittaker right now, what I like about him is the way that he's really appreciating responsible boxing now. I'm sitting behind that jab, establishing his range, using his footwork. He's appreciating responsible footwork now, so good educated footwork to work the ring. None of the jumping around, faffing around nonsense anymore, which you saw could only carry him as far as Liam Cameron, my guys, my people. I'm not saying that he should totally take it out, but I think even he now knows what actually works, and he is using his athleticism to better use, sitting more on his punches, and the punch placements much crispier and accurate, and we're getting the knockouts. The speed, absolutely blistering speed, my guys, my people. Ben Whittaker has blistering speed. You have to respect the speed, my guys, my people. What would I say about this performance? First of all, it was expected. Second of all, highlight reel. Great highlight reel, but that's about it. Simply because this is actually a step down from Cameron, my guys, my people. He needs to be stepping up. He's obviously being undermatched. Obviously being undermatched. So they need to raise the levels, my guys, my people. I wouldn't go as far as saying that they should match him up against the winner of Aziz and Richards, because those fighters there, no matter how Whittaker looks, those fighters are way more battle tested than they are. Aziz has been in the ring with Boassi, Richards has been in there with Boassi, and Richards as well against Bivol. Although Richards fell short against Hutchinson, against Bivol, he fell short there as well. But boy, oh boy, he didn't give Bivol an easy night at all, my guys, my people. So those fighters are a lot more battle tested than Whittaker. The winner of Ezra and Hutchinson, I would say, simply because he's beaten Richards and he's been in a ring with Boassi, who I would say is a world level fighter, fringe or world level fighter. So Hutchinson again, more battle tested, and Ezra, the least battle tested of all the names. By the time he faces Hutchinson, if he beats Hutchinson, he will be way more battle tested, my guys, my people. Whether he beats Hutchinson or not, he will be way more battle tested. So I think the perfect name for him, I think, should be Troy Jones. Troy Jones was giving Ezra a hard time. Beat Liam Cameron rarely. He beat Liam Cameron, even though the decision didn't go his way. He beat Liam Cameron as clear as day, my guys, my people. And so yeah, I think that would be a good matchup next, a step up for Whittaker, Liam Cameron, or even Bradley Ray, who gave up as good as he got against Lyndon Arthur. So because of Arthur, you might say that would mean Arthur is, Bradley Ray is more battle tested as well, which is true. But at the same time, I think we saw the gap between the ring craft between the two, which is what experience gives you. Bradley Ray was only in that fight, I would say, for most part because of his youth and aggression. So that was keeping him in the fight. But in all other departments, yeah, Lyndon Arthur was winning. So yeah, those are the names that I have. Bradley Ray or a Troy Jones would be great. Both pressure fighters. So two fighters that can make it really, really physical. That's who he needs, my guys, my people. Because those other names that they've mentioned, if he beats them, these are names that could potentially take him. He beats 2 or 3 of those, maybe even 2, takes him right there to the cusp of a title shot. So where does he go from there? You can't beat any of the champions. So is he just gonna stay at the top there and hang about like they are doing with Itama in the heavyweight division? Itama's up there, but they're still nitpicking who he fights because of the experience, right? So they're gonna do that with Whittaker, even though Itama is just as clear as day, look like the goods, whereas Whittaker, you still got some questions. So yeah, pushing him as far as Aziz and Richards, I think is gonna be too much of a jump right now for him, my guys, my people. I think they should move him up the proper way, not ducking anybody, although I believe that Matchroom are going to wait for the perfect time to strike with him, because he has every look of being a superstar, all right? And nobody wants to mess up the bag, my guys, my people. Okay, now my people, moving on. Yeah, Jamie TKV, now the British heavyweight champion, defeating Fraser Clark via split decision to grab that title. So TKV now with a record 9 wins, 2 losses, and 5 coming via KO. As for Clark, he takes the hit. His record is now 9 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw, and 7 via KO, my guys, my people. That is, of course, Fraser Clark, who I actually picked to win this fight. To tell you the truth, I picked him to win, simply because of his amateur pedigree. He is the former bronze Olympic medalist, and he's fought Fabio twice. Albeit in the second fight, he was knocked out senseless, jaw broken in the process. But I took, well, it was his performance from the first fight that influenced my prediction. Because to date, right, Clark is the only man not only to have gone 12 complete rounds with Fabio with that first fight, but he drawed with Fabio. A draw with Fabio, arguably the biggest puncher in the heavyweight division right now. And right now, Fabio is the WBO champion. Top 2, top 3 heavyweight in the world. So I had to pick him. I had to pick him because Fabio beats TKV any time of the week. And I'm talking even of Fabio of then. Beats TKV any time of the week. So this was a small shock to my system, to tell you the truth. But yeah, maybe I underestimated TKV. Don't know much of him. And his fight was with Adelaide was inconclusive. So you couldn't really judge his quality from that fight, But this fight itself, it's not like he had high expectations. Due to the nature, um, of these two fighter styles, a lot of holding, grappling. Um, yeah, nobody expected much, but it surpassed all of that because it turned out to be a real fight. There was grappling, holding, but we got a lot of action as well, a lot of enjoyable action. The fight itself, Fraser Clark starting very, very fast, you know, expending a lot of energy in the early rounds. The first 4 rounds, I would say, he really, really was shoveling home with those body punches, uppercuts, and showing and throwing them in high volume. You know, so boy, I don't know what he was doing, boy. It sort of looked like he felt that he could blow TKV out the water, or he could bag those early rounds. But like I said, not with great efficiency he was doing it. So he was bound to tire out. He was bound to tire out because TKV was not losing his shape from any of those shots. Yes, he was feeling them, and you could say if he was not defending himself well enough, he was definitely on a bad road. But yeah, he was holding his shape, and in close quarters, sneaking in those left hooks, uppercuts of his own, body punches. Although the body punches at times staying low, he was warned by the referee in the third round for a low blow. But later on in that third round, he was deducted a point for what the ref said was another low blow, which I'm not sure was a low blow that John Latham called there. I'm not sure. I'm not sure it was a low blow. But yeah, I'm neither here or there with it. But to tell you the truth, by the fourth and the fifth round, yeah, Clark was finished. He was finished. He was fighting on with heart, yeah, but you could tell the tide was turning in TKV's favor. TKV looking the much fresher. Started, you know, bringing the fight more to the middle of the ring, and you could see there, finally starting to push Clark back by the seventh round. You know, yeah, he thoroughly put a beating on Clark. It was a very close fight both ways, but you could, towards the end, he was starting to put a beating on Clark. By the seventh, by the 10th round, yeah, I think TKV was cut over his eye, but that wasn't stopping him. That wasn't stopping him because he nearly went on to stop, you know, Clark in the 11th with his favorite signature combination of this fight, which was the left hook to the body, left hook to the top. He landed that shot, and it sent Clark right into the neutral corner. TKV started raining in with haymakers, my guys, my people, just wild. And God bless, you know, Clark, that those shots were wild because the momentum threw TKV through the ropes, and that allowed Clark time to rest on top of TKV and then keep him there for some time. But yeah, it was a good fight, man. In the 12th round, more beating again at the hands of TKV. So Clark was shifting a lot of shots. I don't know how he stayed on his feet, but yeah, he showed a warrior's heart. But ultimately, the winner was TKV, and a well deserved win, I would have to say, my guys, my people. Like I said, there were roughhousing, there was framing from TKV pushing, you know, Clark's head down so he can get a free shot. I think Clark got warned for something as well. I think for a low blow. I think he got warned for a low blow as well, my guys, my people. So there was a, you know, it's fair share of roughhousing from both, but ultimately TKV gets the result. For Clark, he's got a lot of work to do. It's back to the drawing board, and at age 34, it's not easy. As for TKV, he just kicked the domestic door open, my guys. I don't think he is world level, But domestic level, he can now land those big domestic fights. Dave Allen, maybe even a Johnny Fisher fight. I don't know how big Johnny Fisher still is now, but Dave Allen definitely. Eddie Hearn wants that fight. That fight was to be made before the Clark fight, but yeah, Ben Shalom stepped in and stopped it. He stopped it and put Clark versus TKV instead of TKV and Allen fighting each other. But Eddie Hearn says if Ben Shalom is willing to have that show, you know, have TKV go over to the zone and a matchroom show, they can make that fight. But let's see what happens. Those two trading words right now, you know, is the battle of the promoters right now between those two, my guys, my people. Yeah, so I guess that's where we are with TKV. But I would like TKV versus Adelaide too. I would like it. Just to settle the score. Before we finish off on this one, let's talk AJ and Jake Paul quickly. Now, AJ and Jake Paul. So this fight is happening after all. This fight is happening, my guys, my people. Yeah, so the purse splits, right? I'm hearing it's 50-50, right? They both walk away with 50 million. If you are following news from the Sun Sport, if you're following news from the Daily Mail Sports, it's a 70 million split. Both sides. Yeah, good payday for this fight to be aired on Netflix. But for AJ, my guys, this is what you call easy money, easy day. But for Jake Paul, this is assisted suicide, regardless of the amount of money that he is getting, my guys, my people. Which leaves me totally astonished that some people would actually ask the question, what if AJ loses? There ain't no what if AJ loses. AJ is not losing, right? AJ is not losing, and that really highlights the public and media perception of AJ right now. After his obliteration at the hand of Daniel Dubois, my guys, my people. After all, that is what drummed up the call out from Jake Paul to start with, right? Jake Paul saying that he is going to knock out AJ and AJ has a glass chin. I didn't think this fight would ever happen. I didn't think he would even dare to step in the ring with AJ, my guys, my people. But obviously, he is crazy enough to do so, my guys, my people. Absolutely mental. And to tell you the truth, AJ has not garnered much respect from American fans. Not only to do with his loss to Andy Ruiz, right, Mr. Blobby lookalike Andy Ruiz in AJ's American debut, but you know, this idea that he ducked Deontay Wilder, which isn't true, which is not true at all, right, has somewhat sealed the American perception that they have for AJ. They totally disregard and disrespect AJ, who is a two-time heavyweight champion, two-time unified champion, that is, and a future first ballot Hall of Famer. That is AJ, the man that they are disrespecting. And Jake Paul is calling out. But I think he finally realized that he has bitten off more than he can chew, my guys, my people, that he could be walking into his doom, his demise, right, when he faces AJ, my guys, my people. Because when they had the face-off at the presser, and he realizes that he was not facing off with AJ, but he was facing off with AJ's chest. Boy, oh boy, that gulp of saliva. And he was trying his hardest not to look away. You know, it was quite an airy, long, silent face-off. Only because Jake Paul didn't want to look away, and that annoyed AJ. AJ, he broke the eye contact, but it annoyed him, the punitive efforts of Jake Paul totally annoyed him. And the side eye that he gave Jake Paul right after, man, cold. Jake Paul just shriveled up. He shriveled up, kept his eyes down, looked away, looked nervous as hell. He knows. I think at that point, he was hoping the ground will just open up, come alive, and swallow him. Oh, my guys, my people. Because at that point, I'm sure AJ's words earlier on in the presser where he said, I'm looking to break his face. I'm looking to break his body. I want to stomp all over him, basically. Yeah. And those rung home, trust me. And AJ, listen, he's got this type of character. I don't know whether I don't know what's wrong with AJ. He likes to be diplomatic for no reason at times, and talk up people when he shouldn't. He tried to make Jake Paul look as good as possible, but come on, man. F that guy, man. F Jake Paul, man. So yeah, AJ, you don't have to be the nice guy all the time, my guys, my people. Just let it rip on these people. Let them know what time it is, because they're really underestimating and disrespecting AJ. But AJ partly has been a cause of this. Yeah. The fact that he's going to train with Alexander Usyk after losing to Daniel Dubois following a long layoff is somewhat showing you that AJ is still at this late age of his career, is still quite undecided as to who he is as a fighter. It's like sort of lost, He's still needing a lot of guidance, my guys, my people. He's got rid of Mr. Davis, so Davison. He's got rid of Davison, so now he's with someone called Igor from Camp Usyk, and they're training in Spain. Whether this can produce a whole new better AJ, I don't know. All I can say is that either way, whether is the AJ that lost to Dubois or a new improved version of AJ, Jake Paul is dying on the night, my guys, guaranteed. He does not even have a speck of a chance. If this fight lasts more than 2 rounds, it is a fixed fight. Obviously, with concerns to Jake Paul's health, my guys, my people. But with that said, that's all I have for you on this one, my guys, my people. Before you leave, do like, do share, subscribe. Of course, drop your comments below. And as always, my people, stay super blessed. And we out of there. Thank you very much, my guys, my people. You stay blessed. We out of there.